Not only am I going to tell you what mascara I use, but let's also talk about how we can use makeup in a witchcraft practice. And you don't have to use anything fancy, keeping it simple and accessible. For example, the mascara I use is the Call Me Queen by Essence, and I'm pretty sure it's $4.99 and it's available at any drugstore, grocery store. I live by this mascara and it's one of the cheapest mascaras you can get. It's better than all of the luxury mascaras I've tried, like when the Better Than Sex, I think by Too Faced mascara was trending. It just didn't do the job. And I use this simple, accessible mascara in my witchcraft practice because eye makeup wasn't always just for aesthetics. It wasn't always just for, makeup for the sake of makeup. For example, back in Egypt, most people wore eye makeup who it was accessible to. Men, children, women wore eye makeup such as eyeliner, mascara to ward off the evil eye. Lipstick was another tool that was used in places like ancient Mesopotamia, where they would put on lipstick to symbolize spoken magic. Blush being another example of makeup that wasn't just used for aesthetics either. In Celtic lands, for example, they wore blush as a sign of warmth, vitality, and they would wear blush to signify being alive. And in ancient China, eyebrows were seen to tell your destiny. High, long, and defined eyebrows became popular, signifying wisdom and longevity. There are so many more examples of how makeup was used to amplify magic and power. There are so many traditions that used makeup in more than just an aesthetic way. This is why makeup is commonly used in glamour magic practices. Glamour magic is a practice where you work with symbols to represent what you desire, what you're calling in, or how you want to be perceived by the world. So I know you're just asking what mascara I use, simple and easy, but I wanted to take this as an opportunity to talk about how we can use makeup, use everyday things to really amplify our craft. It doesn't always have to be a sit-down ritual. It doesn't have to be changing up our routines in a lot of way to call in magic, but instead using everyday things in a different way, in a deeply intentional way. And it doesn't have to be luxury things. It can be $4.99 mascara that amplifies your protection.